If our creator, whether it's man, woman, entity, whatever, was a human just like the rest of us, but still attempted to do what it has done to the human race, the humans that it has under its command on Earth as another human, it would be in jail for crimes against humanity. Imagine some guy forcing some people to live in this village against their will, making them work jobs they don't really want to work, paying them money but not enough to really get nice things inside of, this village. Electing every so often one or two people every couple years to like live a really, really nice life in this little gated part of the village where everybody else can see it, but the rest of them just kind of have to like, live their normal little whatever, little village life. And just subjected them to violence and paranoia and diseases and just loss and grief and betrayal and disappointment and the occasional good day, just to slam them back into the emotional turmoil that is their everyday life. If somebody in that village got a hold of a phone and alerted the authorities that some guy has them there and they don't want to be there anymore, and he's forcing them to do stuff and do jobs they don't want to do and all that, the NSA or the D, whatever, every task force is gonna come in there like it's Vietnam, guns blazing, and blow that place to smithereens and save those people. But it's ironic because they'll do that just to then put those same people into a exactly same situation. And that's what I mean. This game that we exist in, man. This game that we exist in, it's something, man. I've been taking a break from making videos because I've been sick over the past week. This is the longest I've been sick. I've had corona before. I've had flus before. I've been sick. I've had stomach issues before. I've had really bad hangovers. This is the longest I've been under the weather for, I think. And it's so annoying, borderline traumatizing in itself. Because it just gets to a point where it's like, bro, I don't want to do anything in my life feeling sick. Like, I don't want to feel like this. So I'm like, almost like I'm at like this, my life is at this standstill until I can get to feeling better. And mind you, I feel way better now. I feel like 5 to 7% better. Maybe like 7 to 10% better every day. I'm drinking tea, eating what I can, forcing myself to eat just light stuff, cheese, bread, little lean meat products, whatever. Drinking stuff like Gatorade, Body Armor. And I'm trying. And yet, this thing is just getting, this thing is just getting extended out. Like, I cannot live. Like, there's stuff I want to do. It's torture. Just this, and it's just another way that life tortures us, and it's allowed to just get away with it. Health, health. And then obviously, as we know, there's a billion other things that it does, that if it was a man, or it was specifically if it was a man, definitely. If it was a man putting people in this same situation in life, it would not be allowed. It would be like a world court situation. The whole world would come together to stop this evil demon man from forcing these people to live lives they don't want to live. But that's exactly what's happening here. Like, I'm really getting like radicalized to a point where I don't care anymore. I'm trying to fight that, but I just have so much stuff stacked against me, just working against me, little and big things. Like big things such as the fact that I have a tumor, I can't afford insurance. I know I shouldn't look at it as a big thing, but love life do be kind of a big thing to me. That's very frustrating. Social issues, very frustrating. Depression, big thing. And just, financial issues. Trying to get caught up on financial stuff, obligations. Those are big things. I also have like health issues that I still don't know the answer to. You get tested, stuff comes back negative. Doctors are just like, drink some water. Like, but then there's also little things. There's just a billion little things in life that pick at you and make your quality of life so annoying, such as getting sick and being sick for over a week. Sleep. Like, my sleep has just not been great. Like, I'm almost always tired. And that's part of the reason I even got sober from doing, substances and all that, because I'm like, okay, it's time to like start getting stuff back in order. My sleep and my this and my that. My mental health, and I don't feel like much has improved there, because if one bad thing leaves my life, I almost feel like life has to have this perfect amount of balance of bad stuff going on in my life to counteract the amount of good stuff I try to input. It always has to keep this balance. It can never let me get too much into the good area or take away too much bad. It always has to like keep me right in this sweet spot of torture, where it's like, okay, you're going to stop drinking, and that's gonna cause you to like save. That's gonna save you money. It's gonna save you money, time. Your health should technically get better, because if you're not drinking, that can only be a good thing. Okay, I was in a relationship the whole time through my worst times of addiction, by far. I was terrible at that time. As soon as I get clean, and I'm sober with consistency, I'm in the gym, I'm working out, I'm more attentive to this girl now, I'm trying to go out, I'm trying to go on dates now. She wants to leave. She waits until I'm not being a terrible person anymore, and then doesn't want me anymore. No, at least at that time, there were no accentuating circumstances. Me being an alcoholic was like the worst of it. Nope, she leaves when I get clean. I'm thinking that things were just about to turn around. And that's not what happened. That's just one example. All types of stuff. You know, I'm just starting to make enough money, possibly start sending, helping out stuff with the family when family might need some help in this, that, and the third. People start dying. People start dying. Boy, do people start dying. It happened. It specifically in 2023. It was like a rapid succession that year. I learned a lot about how fast it could all happen. That year I learned a lot, and so on and so forth, man. I was saving up money for something, and as soon as I got enough money, I had a health episode. Took my money, had to go to an urgent care place, $300, and it ended up being for nothing because they treated me for what they thought I had. Paid for it, turns out didn't have it. Whoops, now I get my money back. So I just took that medicine they gave me, went through those side effects for nothing. All that pain, muscular pain from the stuff that they did, for nothing. I just went there to get... And then I get this car, and I'm like I said, I'm realizing like problems with it. But I have to go through these like hard fought battles to figure out what's like simply wrong with my car. And I'm going to specialists. I'm paying 80 or so bucks at a time just to have a car seen by a specialist in the area that I'm like going to get it looked at for, which was the brakes. And you got the specialist, not just some. I took it to Firestone, but I got, it's not just like those types of places. I'm talking about like brake specialists in my make, in my vehicle's make and model. Oh, I don't know, everything looks fine. Yeah, well, what's the sound? I don't know. Tell you that straight to your face. I don't know. Insane. Now, obviously, not obviously, but I figured out the issue, I believe, at least I was told. But I was told that by some mobile mechanic I found on Yelp, I think it was. So I hope he's right about what he thinks the issue is. It is a cheaper fix than what I was thinking it was going to be, so hopefully that's good. But, I'm working on getting the money together for that, and now it's got me thinking, like, what could happen next? See, and this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm kind of getting off subject, but it all points back to this life, man. This is an unforgivable crime to make people do this against their will. I almost look at having children as like a real offense, like an offense. Like, how could you do this to somebody? If you're not in a position to have like a perfect life for this child and put them in a position to like be just living a great life their whole life, I don't know if you should be having kids. Because this life grind, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it, man. I don't know what you get out of it, especially as we move into this inflationary period where everything is getting inflated. I don't know if it's worth it to even be alive. Because best case scenario, you get money, and I guess if you're a man, you get girls, you drive a Charger, which is a nice car. You play video games that are fun, or you go work out and you get to look at yourself in the mirror like, oh yeah, nice. And that's good. It's satisfaction that comes from that. But and you get like a pretty nice place, like a penthouse somewhere overlooking the city. It's like, that's like probably the best that life has to offer, man. And while that stuff is great, is it really worth some of the stuff we got to go through? And I think everybody has to answer that question for themselves. But sometimes it don't feel like it, man. Sometimes it don't feel like it, especially for some of us who feel almost like specifically targeted by this thing. Like, I just been sitting here in astonishment with the timing of me getting like sick. Like, I had to work while feeling as bad as I did, because well, I have to work while feeling as bad as I do. Because money, man. Like, this was the week of my first car payment, and of course, this is the week I get sick, and I get paid, weekly pretty much. I get paid daily, but then I also get weekly. It's a complicated little system, but well, I get tips every day, and then I get my hourly check weekly. I'm just saying, man. Like, why would that happen this week? And it wasn't like it seemed like a respiratory thing. I didn't have like a sore throat. So I'm not thinking that it was like, okay, I did something, I touched something, and because I'm trying to stop biting my nails, and I know that can contribute to me getting sick a lot. But I didn't have like a throat thing. So it really was me just being around someone at work. They probably sneezed, I breathed it in, there we go. And it's like, why this week? Like, that'd be my thing. It's like, okay, bad stuff can happen, right? My thing is, I feel like the bad stuff in my life is scheduled, like, perfectly. It's like super scheduled. And it bothered me so much, man. And I know other people feel similar ways too. I know other people feel like, man, this is torture. Like, I think I saw a video from some dude named Babbling Loner. Shout out to him. Hope his health issues improve, because I know he's having some like mystery health issues. He was talking about how, he'll just like cry randomly, and I've been dealing with that. Like, I'll be just minding my business, and then I'll just be walking down the street or something, and then it'll just hit me like, man, this is not worth it, and then I'll just like be crying, bro. It's so sad, and it's to the point where I'm not even embarrassed about it, because it's like, bro, I'm here against my will officially. Like, the stuff I'm going through, just the timing of it, the one step forward, two step back feeling of life, where I almost feel like I'm not allowed to leave where I'm at. Like, I genuinely get scared that, like, if I'm able to really make a real big push into my life, like a real big step, like I've seen a girl at the place I used to work, was like the Beverly Hills area of my city, and I've seen some girls find a wallet with like $2,000. I don't know if it was a wallet or an envelope. I think it was an envelope. It was like a little pouch, and it had like $2,000 cash in it, which made sense for the area I worked in. Nobody even came looking for it. That happens. People used to leave like MacBooks and stuff at my job, and then call hours later, like, hey, if you found it, that's cool. If not, that's cool too. They would be like, so like, who cares? So I've seen girls like find like $2,000 on the ground this one time. So if something like, I would be scared if something like that happened to me, because I would be thinking, okay, I'm not even talking about in like a karma way. I mean, like, say if somebody came up and gave me $2,000, I would be even more scared, because I'm gonna be like, life is gonna get me back for this. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction in my life. It's going to it's gonna keep me here somehow. I'm gonna get that $2,000 and then break my leg. Boom, keeps me just perfectly locked into where I'm at. Because I remember tax time, not this past year, but the year before, I was finally getting like a pretty good chunk of money. And the amount of money that I would have gotten was immediately canceled out, because a couple days before I got my money, my tire explodes on the highway. My tire, or maybe I think it was the day I got the money, or the day afterwards. My tire explodes on the highway. I basically have to fishtail it off the highway, fishtail my car off the highway in the cold. It was one of those icy times, one of those icy times in down south where it rarely gets like this. But of course, today is the day where it randomly wants to be icy on the highway, and then my tire explodes, completely shredded, riding on the rim, and I have to pay to come have somebody provide me roadside assistance just to get me on the spare, drive home, wake up the next day, go get a tire. And the amount of money that it all ended up costing was almost the exact amount of money that I got for my taxes. So tax season was basically just a nothing time. And so on and so forth, bro. The story just continues to go like that. This world doesn't want some of us to like move forward. Like, you can't go any further. It's like these invisible walls that just keep you where you are. And I've been improving my mindset. I've been doing a lot more self just growth. And a lot more self-love work. All the stuff that was holding me back the most. My self-talk has improved. I'm more willing to go through the hard times to get to the bigger, better thing in the end. As far as discipline, stuff like that. You know, I used to be very impulsive and like would sacrifice long-term gain for like short-term euphoria. Now I'm getting better at not doing that. It's not counting for anything. I feel like life scales. I feel like it scales with you. I feel like it scales. It meets you where you're at. And makes sure it's hard. It's just hard enough to keep you suffering, but not suffering to the point where you're like, you know, where you perish. Some people it does, but I almost feel like that's because people are trying to like force it. Like you're forcing it really hard and you're pressing the issue and you're making it angry. I feel like this is a very calculated, mad scientist, weird social scientist that's controlling this thing. And technically it is. Because I want to say, yeah, if God was this and the creator was this, then yeah, he should be in jail, blah, blah, blah. But technically there are social scientists that pretty much run our society. Political people and stuff, they all have these think tanks of people that tell them how things should run. And our lives are literally ran by policies. They're dictated by policies that are backed by, basically, for all intents and purposes, social scientists. That's why some people say like the system is not broken at all. It's working as intended. It's just not working for us. That's why nothing changes, because nothing's wrong from where they're looking at it. The way they're looking at it, everything's going the way it's supposed to go. It makes sense to them. The people in these seats in Parliament, Congress, and whatever they call it where you're from. This is how it's supposed to be. So this is like purposeful. That's what makes me feel like I'm allowed to be upset at it, because I don't think this is an accident. So that's the thing. It's like, that's how you know that society's messed up. It's because there's like so many different social groups in America, like just social groups among just the normal people who blame other groups for their issues. And you would think that there would be at least one social group. This is how I know it's like designed to be this way. You would think that there's at least one social group living in this time that is saying that things are going good. like objectively across the board, things are going good. I'm not talking about the political leaders and all that type of stuff who are paid to say things are going good, or super rich elite billionaire people who don't even live this normal life at all, who would say things are going good. I'm saying there has to be at least a couple people who are on just a regular level, who work life and blah blah, who said things are going good, without throwing somebody under the bus. But there almost is none, because it's messed up. It's only going good for people who don't actually live in society. For everybody else living in society, we all, from different opposite sides, say that it's going to crap. It's going to crap. It's terrible. It's all messed up. Now, some people will look and point the finger at other people, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I think that's also a feature of this thing. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I've been in the house too long. Because if I'm not at work this past week, I just was like laying in bed because I can't. I forced myself to go out and skate because that's like my only outlet. That's like my version of going out and getting trashed. That's like my emotional reset. Like I needed that. But other than that, I've been mainly just like laying in bed, just sleeping it off till I can't sleep anymore. Then I get up, lay back down, and try to sleep some more, like I'm about to do right now. But I don't even know if what I'm feeling is real tiredness. I don't even know if I'm tired. I almost feel like I'm tired in like a deep soul kind of a way. Like I feel like there's a fire going out, and I don't know what that is. All I know is that, man, I'm tired. I'm so tired, guys. I'm tired of just this torture. And I'm feeling like I'm approaching like a wall. I'm approaching like a well that's running dry. Like I'm really tired. I don't really want to talk to anybody. People are leaving me on. People are like just disappearing from my life. People who were supposed to be like close friends and talk. They say reach out to people. Have people reach. You reach out to people, they leave you on red. It's been months now. Oh, they're probably busy for 2 months. Okay. And these are people you share deep stuff with, go back with for years, and they just decide now, when you're letting them know, like, hey man, I'm going through a lot right now, I'm struggling, I can really use an ear, they choose now to just want to just dip. And it happens pretty regularly. So I don't really know what I'm supposed to do to like pour into myself. Video games and all that are losing their like fun. I still have a lot of fun skating, but my skates ripped the last time I took them. I bought roller skates because the rental skates are like horrible. Everybody, if you've ever been roller skating, they're really inconsistent. You can't really get comfortable with one pair of skates ever. You can't get them customized or do what you want to do with them. I go get a pair of skates. They rip. They rip after me wearing them like four or 5 times, man. Of course they can be fixed, but the way they ripped, I don't know if they'll ever be like as durable as they need to be, because they ripped in a way where like the whole boot itself didn't come off intact from the heel part on the skate. The sole, the bottom of the boot broke off inside of it. So it's inside, there's the heel part, the hard metal heel part. I mean, not metal, the hard heel part that has the outsole. That has the sole stuck down into it. And the boot part, the top part with the boot, has ripped off. And then there's just like a hole in the bottom of the boot. I think you have to stitch that. I don't think you could just glue that back down, because the leather is like this thick around the edges. So I don't even know, you know? I'm sure, I know it could be fixed. I'm just saying. It's just like, I don't know if it'll ever be as durable as it was again without me getting it like stitched back. Instead of just using like shoe goo or something. It's just whatever. I just needed to get up here and just give y'all an update on where I've been. I've been really just sick, but also just sick and tired. Because, I mean, I've been sleeping, 7, 8, 9 hours some of these days just to try to like hurry up and recuperate as quick as possible. And I'm starting to wonder with how tired I still feel. I'm starting to wonder if it's not like a mental thing or something. Like this might be like a mental sickness or something. I don't know. This could be like a spiritual sickness. I might not even have anything wrong with me. But I don't know. I guess I'm just keep trying to fight, guys. Keep trying to push and survive this thing. Not this sickness. I mean this game. This life. I'm just trying my best to survive it. I'm trying to just get out of this. Get out of this alive. Even though I know I won't, but in the short term, I'll try to. Thank y'all so much for vibing, and I guess I'll check in with y'all in the next video when I feel a little bit better. Thank you.